children, welcome to Guru Gedra again. As I promised you, once again I am here with a new topic. It's a drama. You know, in your O-level syllabus, there are two prescribed dramas. They are The Bear and Twilight of a Crane. Can you guess what I am going to discuss today? We'll see. It is Twilight of a Crane by Yuzua Junji Kinoshita. Today we will do lesson 1. You know, studying about the writer is very important. It will help you to understand the literary work well. So let's study about the playwright. Yes, this is about Yuzua Junji Kinoshita. He was born on 2nd August 1940 and died 30th October 2006. He was the foremost playwright of modern drama in post-war Japan. What do you understand by post-war Japan? Yes, he is a writer who emerged after World War II. He is popular in the world of literature as he has translated many plays of Shakespeare. Yuzua Junji Kinoshita was born in Tokyo. A government official, Kinoshita Yahashiro, and his wife Sasami are father and mother of Kinoshita respectively. In 1936, he attended the Imperial University of Tokyo and studied English literature. He earned a degree in Elizabethan theatre in the early 1940s. It is said that Kinoshita has positively brought imaginative and poetic elements into the Japanese theatre through dramas like Twilight of a Crane. In 1984, he was selected as a member of the Japan Art Academy. He was a winner of many awards. He traveled in Europe and Asia to fulfill his international work. He was interested in studying folk tales and Japanese language. Kinoshita started his professional career at the end of World War II. He has written more than 40 plays in his lifetime, and subjects of these works are different from each other. In his work, he dealt with social issues in contemporary Japan. His dramas make his audience to think deeply regarding death, guilt, and judgment. Twilight of a Crane is one of his best dramas which has been translated into English. The Japanese name is Yuzuru. Now we are going to discuss something about the drama. The drama was first written in 1948. Now notice the period. It is the period soon after the Second World War. This drama belongs to the modern Japanese dramatic tradition. The story is based on a Japanese folk tale. Therefore, it makes cross-cultural understanding among nations. We come to know beliefs, the way of thinking, and the culture of Japanese people. The drama was translated into English by Takeshi Furuhashi. The drama reflects post-war Japan. Now we are going to discuss the background of this drama. Look at the picture in the background. It's the atom bomb, which takes the shape of a mushroom. Japan was severely attacked by the Second World War. The atom bomb put to Hiroshima and Nagasaki totally destroyed Japan. With the end of the Second World War, Japan and the whole nation wanted to come back to their previous position quickly. Japan aimed to reach the highest status among the nations in the world. Japanese people had to struggle hard for that. They worked like machines. As a result, most of them had to sacrifice their family bonds and relationships automatically and unknowingly. Now, when you look at the pictures, you can see how Japanese people work in the factories. You can see even the women work in the factories. After Second World War, Japan was subjected to certain changes. Money became the central concern in the society. The drama Twilight of a Crane is an ironic representation of capitalistic Japan. Economic change went parallel with change of family bonds. We can observe the changes occurred in Japan. So, in the first grid, you find the nature of Japan before World War II. In the second column, you find the nature of Japan after the World War II. So, earlier you find socialism, which existed in Japanese society, and economy. And later, after the Second World War, it has turned into capitalism and agrarian society. What do you understand by agrarian society? Yes, that is, the society was dependent on agriculture. So, agrarian society changed into industrialized society. The drama was staged in 1949. So, notice the period, that is the aftermath of Second World War. In the drama, Kinoshita indirectly brings out this post-war situation and mentality in Japan. As a Marxist, Kinoshita highlights the adverse effects of capitalism through the play. During that period, the drama has been banned by the Japanese government. Why? As Japan wanted to rise quickly, the Japanese government thought that the message conveyed through the drama might harm the rapid development in Japan. Now we are going to discuss the setting of the drama. Yes, country is Japan, and if you think of the location, it is a rural area near a lake, and it is winter season. And social setting is, yes, you find uneducated, poor peasant community. Backdrop at the opening scene is a tumble down hut in a field covered with snow. The setting sun is illuminating the western sky. Look at the picture. The title. The title is symbolic. In Japan, the crane is associated with many positive values and virtues. Example, the crane is associated with faithfulness, love, womanliness, wisdom, long life, loyalty, prosperity, happiness, and honesty. Then what does the word twilight symbolize? Yes, the backdrop of the opening scene is twilight or evening. So you find twilight between night and day, and it's a short period. The title suggests the ambiguous nature of the identity of Sue. She plays two roles, as a woman and a crane. She transforms from bird to woman and vice versa. Her human identity too is short as twilight. Now we are going to discuss the characters. We find main four characters and children. Sue, wife of Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, husband of Sue. And we find two other characters, Sodor and Unsu. They are the two evil friends who misguide Yo-Yo. Then we find children. They are village children who come to play with Sue and Yo-Yo. We'll discuss the character of Sue. In the picture, you can see the character of Sue. Sue is the heroine and the protagonist in the drama. She is symbiosis of man and animal. Sue is a symbol of purity, innocence, fidelity, and absolute goodness. She is a loving wife and yearns for love from her husband. We can take some examples from the drama. She weaves the precious cloth called senba ori to give a secure life to Yo-Yo, her husband. Again, she gives it to Yo-Yo as a token of love. She never forgets her duties as a wife. Let's go to the video clip and see how she treats her husband dearly.
And lived a frugal yet happy life. One day just before the new year, the young man muttered to himself,
"Now I have a wife. If only we could greet the new year in a little more comfort."
The next day, the young woman said to the young man,
"I want to weave, my love, so please make me a weaving room, would you?"
The young man obliged and made her a weaving room in the back of the house. As she went into the room, the young woman said to the young man,
"When I am weaving, you must never peek inside. Promise me truly."
Okay, you can see how Sue wanted to give a secure life to Yo-Yo. And remember, this video clip is taken from the folk tale. Let's go to the next part. Then you can notice Sue's words. "Thank you, my dear. Now I'll make supper for you." Then she says, "I wish I could, but I have to prepare supper." When does she say so? Because when Yo-Yo asks her to come to play with children, she says she has to make supper. She likes to play with children, but she doesn't like to miss her duty. These lines show her duty consciousness and devotion to her husband as a loving wife. She loves to play with children, but knows that she has to cook for her husband. Their conversation reveals the love and respect they had for each other. Yes. Again, once Yo-Yo insults her, calling her a cross woman, as she does not accept to weave more senba ori. You can see Yo-Yo's words. "Yes, I dislike you. I don't like you. I'm not fond of you. You are a cross woman. So, what happened ultimately? Ultimately, she decides to weave two more clothes to satisfy him. Look at the words of Sue. Because if I go beyond it, I'm afraid I may not live longer. Pardon me, my darling, but you may go to Kyoto to sell it, and please come back with the money gained. This depicts the sacrifice made by Sue to give her husband joy and wealth. She knows that she would become thin and weak after weaving the cloth, but she only requests him to come back to her. Her actions and words prove her love and devotion to her husband as a wife. She is innocent, simple, totally uncorrupted, and is loved by children and the villagers. Example, she enjoys playing with children. Next characteristic, she is dignified and principled. What do you understand by principle? See, she keeps to her words. When she realizes that Yo-Yo loves money more than her love and use of her acquiring more money greedily, she decides to leave him. Yo-Yo, look at the words of Yo-Yo. Well, because if we have money, we can buy nice things we want. Then Sue says, buy? What's buy? What's nice thing? What do you want beside me? So you can understand, Sue doesn't understand the meaning of buy. She is not familiar with the words used in the commercial world. Let's go to the next video clip. Yes, you can see she is honest and truthful. Example, she speaks the truth to Yo-Yo and is firm in her decision to leave him. That is the final part of the folktale. We'll see.
A crane? So it's you.
I am the crane you saved. I came here to repay you for your kindness. I wanted to see you happy, but now that you know who I really am, I cannot stay any longer.
No, forgive me. You don't have to weave anymore. Crane, please don't go away.
Goodbye.
And she was gone. When the young man rushed outside, he saw a crane flying way up in the sky. And the young man was left standing all alone in the snow, looking up at the sky.
Another characteristic is that she is intelligent. Example, she quickly learns human behavior, songs, and games. She is sensitive to the hidden motives behind the ill-bred characters like Sodor and Unsu. Therefore, she tries in her best to keep her husband away from the company of Sodor and Unsu. Now look at the words of Sue. But you are moving to the other world where I can never live. You are casting your lot with those malicious, terrible people who shot me with an arrow. Again she says, I'd like to live with you in this small house peacefully and quietly without being troubled by anyone. My darling, you shouldn't be the same as they. You should be a man of the world I belong to. Look at the word world and other world. What are these two worlds? Here she refers to the materialistic world with lack of true human qualities like love, compassion, and empathy, where Sodor and Unsu live. Here the world I belong to refers to the natural world. Sue belongs to that world. Sue worries regarding Yo-Yo's friendship with the money-minded Sodor and Unsu. He is ready to live his simple pastoral life. Sue's expectations are brought out in the second part of the call. She craves for a simple, happy life without too much of desire. Sue is a static character. What do you understand by static character? You can notice from the beginning to the end of the play, she is a pure character. She never changes her qualities, so she is a static character. She is symbol of pure love. Let's discuss the character of Yo-Yo. At the beginning of the play, Yo-Yo is introduced as a humble villager and a poor farmer. He loves his beloved wife immensely. He enjoys his simple life playing with children. So in the picture you can see how husband and wife spend their life happily. At the very beginning, Yo-Yo is presented as a kind person. You know, he saved the wounded crane shot by a fellow villager and set it free. He has no greed or ambition as he is not exposed to outside world. He had a happy and contented life. He too likes to play with children. Again, he is childlike in behavior. Now in the picture you can see how he plays with children. At the beginning, he loves Sue sincerely and devoted to her. He uses kind and dearly words to address her. Example, he says, "Oh dear, I almost forgot. Cold soup is no good for my sweetheart." And he says, "Hello, my dear, where have you been?" Then he says, "Stop worrying about the supper. You have got to come. Let's play together." Yo-Yo is a weak character as he is easily manipulated by two evil persons, Sodor and Unsu. He becomes the victim of their cunning plan and barters away the token of love sent by Ori he got from Sue. You can see how Sodor and Unsu manipulate this innocent man, Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo represents the common man who possesses earthly desires, such as avarice. Look at the example. Look at the words of Yo-Yo. What? Hundreds of dollars? You say hundreds of? So you can see how he got excited after hearing about money. Then he says, no one can be indifferent to money. So you can notice how he became sharp about money. He is a dynamic character. What do you understand by dynamic character? At the very beginning, Yo-Yo is an innocent farmer. He was contented of his life. But later, his qualities changed due to the influence of Sodor and Unsu. Therefore, he is a dynamic character. He is a fallible character. What do you understand by fallible character? He is capable of making mistakes. You can see how he made the biggest mistake in his life. Then we will discuss the character of Sodor. He is a man who comes from nearby village. He represents capitalism, corruption and capital market economy in commercial world. He is worse than his friend Unsu. Example, he walks into the weaving room without having any permission and discovers the crane feathers. Look at his words. Look, Unsu, this is a crane's feather. In the picture you can see how he is holding the feather and showing it to Unsu. He is envious of their peaceful life and plots against Su to win Yo-Yo. Example, he says, the best idea is to get him on our side and get his wife to weave a lot more of the cloth. He hides the real value of Senba Ori from Yo-Yo. That means he is deceitful. Look at the example. When Unsu says that the cloth can be sold $1,000, Sodor, who is more cunning and greedy, changes it to hundreds. He tries to exploit the labor of Su. He is hard-hearted. Once Unsu feels sad about Su, Sodor says, what the hell will pity and sympathy do? So you can notice in the commercial world, they have no sympathy. He destroys Yo-Yo's happy and peaceful family life. He forces Yo-Yo to threaten his wife if she is reluctant to weave the cloth. Again, you can see male chauvinism. Example, look at Sodor's words. You see, Yo-Yo, if she says she can't weave anymore, you've got to threaten to leave her. Let's discuss the character of Unsu. Unsu is the one who bought Senba Ori from Yo-Yo first. He pays very little amount of money to Yo-Yo in buying Senba Ori and hides the real value to Yo-Yo as well as to Sodor. Therefore, he too is deceitful. Look at his words. Unsu, you must be making a pretty good profit in your deals with that cloth. These are the words of Sodor. Sodor wants to know the real value of the cloth. Then Unsu says, well, I not too big but not so small either. So Sodor understands the mind of Unsu. He says, curse you, you wretched thief. The superstitious stories revealed by Sodor made Unsu frightened. Why? He is guilty of having a dishonest financial transaction with Yo-Yo. On the other hand, in buying Senba Ori, Unsu has cheated Yo-Yo. So, Unsu is ignorant and superstitious. Why do we say so? He does not know the real value of the cloth. Therefore, by selling Senba Ori, he made a cheap profit. That's why we say he is ignorant. Why is he superstitious? Yes, he thinks that Yo-Yo's wife is a bewitched crane. He is also chauvinistic like Sodor and assists in pressurizing Yo-Yo. He has a soft spot in his heart for Su when he sees how she is frustrated. Look at his words. Yes, but Having watched her from over there, I began to feel sorry for his wife. When we compare the two characters, Sodor and Unzu, Sodor represents hardcore of capitalism. Unzu is more sensitive than Sodor. Unzu is somewhat sensitive to other feelings. At the first part, when Yo-Yo is dazed, Unzu holds him, but Sodor says, God bless us. He is an opportunist. You can see. Anyway, both give no value to human bonds. They don't feel sorry when human bonds are collapsed. Let's look at the children. They are unspoiled, innocent, simple, and playful ones. They represent hope for the future. Example, this is what children say at the end of the play. They follow the shadow of the crane. Yes, a crane. There's a crane. A crane's flying. They run away following the shadow of the crane. Look at the picture, how they are following the crane. Now we are going to discuss the themes. Number 1, the theme of love. Love is depicted as the foundation of happiness and peace in one's life. There is a blissful environment in the inception of the play. Example, at the very beginning of the play, Sue and Yo-Yo address each other dearly. My darling, my dear, my sweetheart. They respect and care each other. Look at the words of Yo-Yo. Just going to warm up some soup for you. It's no good unless it's hot. Sue's love towards Yo-Yo is unconditional. Example, I'll do anything for you. I'll do whatever you want. These are the words of Sue. She is very caring towards her husband. What's the matter with you? Why are you so sad? You shouldn't stay outside so late. It's too cold. So she is a very caring wife. But Yo-Yo barters away the token of love for money and ruins his life. Look at the words of Yo-Yo. Weave the cloth, make the stuff right away. They say they can sell it at 3 or 4 times more than before. It's worth hundreds of dollars. So, once he says, I'll leave you unless you weave the cloth. Yes, Sue decides to weave the cloth again. These utterances of Yo-Yo make Sue heartbroken. And love is presented as life-giving factor to our lives. And you can see the drama doesn't talk only about the love between husband and wife, but love within the family. It might be love between two lovers, love between husband and wife, and love between parents and children, or love among friends, love among siblings, and love among relatives. The song you can see in the screen brings out that. Look at the song. Let's sew a cushion for grandpa. Let's sew a cushion for grandma. So they have a caring feeling towards family members. Then next topic, avarice or greed for money. Sodor and Unzu act as agents of money. They represent commercial world. Greed for money is presented as the corrupting element in the play. Yo-Yo's greed for money destroys the sound relationship he had with his wife Sue. Look at the words of Sodor. You said that lately Yo-Yo has been getting a bit sharper about money, didn't you? Here his weakness is exploited by Sodor and Unsu. Then Sodor says, well, if it is so, if that's true, we can still make a lot of money. That's the whole point of this deal anyhow. Look at the word deal. You find this word in commercial world. Sodor utters these words to Unsu after hearing the crane story from Yo-Yo. Then look at Sodor's words. Yo-Yo, it's possible for you to get hundreds of dollars this time. Then get your wife to weave the fabrics. Then Yo-Yo says, what? Hundreds of dollars? Really? You say hundreds of dollars? So he is very sharp about money. Once Yo-Yo points out Sue the importance of earning money. How? Yes, because if we have money, we can buy nice things we want. Yes, you see, Sue, no one can be indifferent to money. But Sue has contrasted ideas about money. She says, this is it, this is it. Everything comes from this stuff, money, money. Now you can see she hates money. She thinks avarice brought them unhappiness and inhumanity. So we can compare the two worlds, world of Sue and world of Sodor and Unsu. And you can see how Yo-Yo sways between the world of Sue and Sodor and Unsu. When you go to the world of Sue, you can see the qualities in her world. You find innocence, happiness, simple life, peacefulness, honesty, kindness, selflessness, sympathy, humanity, tender-heartedness, living close to nature. All are positive qualities. Let's look at the world of Sodor and Unsu. That is the commercial world. Look at the characteristics. You find inhumanity, deceitfulness, corruption, exploitation, selfishness, mass production, more profit, more money, materialism, and no sympathy. We are going to discuss the examples. Yes, world of Sue. So she enjoys playing with children and she has a contented life and she lives close to nature. Look at the words of Sue. I wished I might have lived with you forever, setting up our world in the middle of this field, playing with the children and working on the farm. Her guessings regarding Yo-Yo's matter in mind show her innocence. So, look at her innocent questions. She never thinks that Yo-Yo is going to ask her to weave another cloth. She asks, you want buckwheat cakes again? You want to hear my song? Yes, she never blames Yo-Yo but finally accepts to weave a piece of cloth, although she loses her weight. So, there you can see her selflessness and her honesty. Then Sue says, I will weave one more piece of cloth for you. Will you forgive me with it? That's the last one. Because if I go beyond it, I am afraid I may not live any longer. Pardon me, my darling. Then we are going to discuss commercial world. These are the characteristics of commercial world. You find deceitfulness, corruption and more profit. Look at the words of Unsu. Oh, God help me, I've cheated Yo-Yo out of a lot of profit. See, deceitfulness. Then Sodor says, it's so wonderful that we can sell it for 3 or 4 times more than before. So they are thinking of more profit. Then Yo-Yo says, I'll go to Kyoto just to make a lot of profit. These are the words in commercial world, and they talk about mass production, materialism and more money. See, Yo-Yo says, to make a lot of money. So I want another piece of that cloth. And we find inhumanity, corruption and exploitation. The writer implicitly brings out how Sodor and Unsu try to exploit the labor of Su. Sodor, if she says no, you tell her you are leaving. So again you find inhumanity, selfishness and no sympathy. Look at the example. Once Unsu feels sorry for Su, Sodor says, what the hell will the pity and sympathy do? The other theme is innocence versus corruption. So, in the two columns you find the two topics. So, under innocence, we can categorize these figures. Su, children, at the beginning Yo-Yo. So, you find they play games and are contented with a simple life. On the other hand, if you go to corruption, you find Unsu, Sodor, Kyoto. Yes, they represent money, urbanization, commercialized life and corruption. Then we are going to discuss the other theme, femininity versus male chauvinism. Unsu and Sodor attempt to exploit Su by enticing Yo-Yo to their side. Look at the words of Sodor. Then you have her weave it right away. Don't you think so, Unsu? Then Unsu says, yes indeed. Get it woven tonight, right away. Su is ready to do anything for Yo-Yo, putting her own life into risk. Example, I have woven it at the sacrifice of my weight. I'll do anything for you. I'll do whatever you want. Yo-Yo threats Su to weave the cloth without considering her health. Look at the words of Yo-Yo. Weave the cloth, make the stuff right away. I'll leave you unless you weave the cloth. Next theme is nature versus human. So nature is represented by Su. So you can see the characteristics of nature: innocent, simple and honest. On the other hand, we can discuss the qualities of humans. It is represented by Sodor, Unsu and Yo-Yo. So you find corruption, greedy and deceitfulness. The drama brings out the eternal clash between nature and humans throughout the history. At the end, nature is defeated. Nature is flying away crookedly. Finally, it is harmed and hurt after serving the humans. We harm ourselves by harming nature. After harming nature, humans also don't become happy. Look at the example. Although Yo-Yo possesses 2 pieces of cloth, he is not happy at the end. It's too late when he understands the reality. On the other hand, Sodor and Unsu too cannot be happy as they are not able to get the 2 pieces of Senba ori. Next theme is lack of mutual understanding. So we are going to discuss the relationship between husband and wife. Yo-Yo doesn't understand the world of Su. Su doesn't understand the commercial world of Sodor and Unsu, which was later introduced to Yo-Yo. Accordingly, later Yo-Yo reaches out to a different value system and Su doesn't understand it. Yo-Yo doesn't know that Su is a bird. Next theme is identity. This is the identity of Su. she has two identities. The first one is, yes, you can see, Sue discards the identity of bird to pay gratitude to Yo-Yo, the first one. The second one is, yes, once she is betrayed, she takes her identity of nature. What is her identity of nature? That is the form of crane. Now we are reaching the end of the lesson. Let's summarize what we discussed today. First, we discussed about the writer or playwright and about the drama. Then after that, we discussed the background and the setting. Then we discussed the title and the characters. And finally, we discussed the theme. And one more thing, I want to give you an assignment. This is the assignment. Find and read information about Second World War. Then, write the impact of Second World War on Japan, including destruction made by atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, I am going to wind up my lesson. I hope you have enjoyed my lesson. Till we meet again, goodbye. Have a nice day.